Hey everyone, and welcome back to Made to Order a la Orden. I'm Chef Z, and today we're doing something completely different. In fact, we're doing something somewhat exciting, in my opinion. So, every single time I make a video, I tell you guys that if you guys have any questions on anything you see on my channel, to visit either my website or to comment below. And you guys do both, and I love interacting with you guys. And you guys ask some of the most amazing questions, and I try to answer them pretty much like in some of the other videos, but sometimes I kind of just run out of time because I don't want the videos to be too long. So I figured that I would launch a whole new series here on my channel where once a week I would give you guys some really cool tips to either making cooking easier or just navigating the kitchen easier. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what I'm going to call this series. Right now, I'm thinking like Chef Z Tips Tuesdays or Z Tips Tuesdays. I don't really know. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should call this series, then, just comment below or hit me up on social media. The idea is that I'll post these videos, can you guess? On Tuesdays, and they're supposed to be like just really quick hits and all that. Now, for the first video, I figured that the best video to kind of put out there would be a little bit of a faux pas, and that's partially my fault because I did not give that much background. So for the first video, we're going to be discussing the differences between Ajicitos and Scotch bonnet peppers. Now, as you can see, they look just alike, but they're really different. Now, in my very first YouTube video that I ever put out there, I made a sofrito for you guys. And in that video, I was a little bummed out because I didn't have any ajicitos because these bad boys were actually held up in customs. As you can see, they have made their way through and they're no longer held up in customs. Now, I love cooking with ajicitos because ajicitos are from the Caribbean and they're featured in a lot of Dominican and Puerto Rican dishes. And what they are is they're just really sweet. Ajicitos literally mean little peppers, as you can see here. And like I said, they have like a very distinct flavor. They're different from your regular bell peppers, which from a flavor profile, like I just find bell peppers to kind of like just be here. And these are just a little bit more interesting. Now, I will say that unless you live in a community where there's a lot of Caribbean people to be exact, these are going to be really hard to find. So when I find them, guys, I lose my mind. I can't do a backflip, but if I could, I would, because that's how much I love cooking with these. Now, the other peppers, which is the Scotch bonnet peppers, they're actually cousins. Like, yes, they're actually cousins. As you can see, they look alike. They almost taste alike, except for the fact that these are just spicy. These are literally the spicy versions of the ajicitos. And these also look really similar to habanero peppers, which I'll be honest, like unless it's labeled, like just looking at it, I also have a really hard time telling them apart. And just like the ajicitos, finding some Scotch bonnet peppers are also going to be really difficult unless you live in a community where there's just a lot of Caribbean people, and in particular, a lot of West Indian people, because these are the peppers responsible for some amazing jerk sauces, hot pepper sauces. Like, it's just life. I actually prefer to cook with Scotch bonnet peppers more than I prefer to cook with habanero peppers and jalapeno peppers, simply because these are home to me. My family is from the Caribbean, so I just grew up eating these guys and the other guys. And I actually featured these peppers in my Game of Thrones Dragonfire drumstick peppers, and they're so spicy. I always have gloves when I put them on, simply because I'm a little bit of a klutz. So I'm always rubbing my eyes and like touching my face, pretty much doing all those things that your mother tells you you're never supposed to do. I do it all the time. So just as a precaution to myself, and I encourage you guys to do the same, I always wear gloves whenever I'm handling these. And these are not spicy, so you don't need gloves whenever you're handling these. Now, as I mentioned before, it's kind of my mistake for not telling you guys the differences between these earlier, because when I did my Moro de Gandules recipe over the holidays, I used these ajicitos in the recipe, and a few of you guys accidentally bought the Scotch bonnet peppers instead, so your rice came out so spicy. And when I was reading the comments, I was like, I should probably tell them that while they look alike, they're really different. So yeah, that's pretty much the skinny on these two guys. If you guys have any other questions, or if you guys want to see other videos or have other tips that you guys want me to give, then feel free to comment below or hit up my social media. I have all my information listed for you right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and come back next week when I have an all new video. Buen provecho, guys.